Yeah. This is Lord the Leviathan. Gang. Yeah, this is Lord the Leviathan, a supreme sovereign being born in Venus, like a livid, so luminous. Yeah, this is part two of being a student. In my first video, I failed to mention the information outlets that normally people would use to gather information or to gain information. You know, for the longest time, in our human existence, religion has been at the forefront. You know, religion has been at the forefront, but unfortunately, religion has detrimentally affected a whole lot of people. There are a lot of people who cannot evolve further emotionally, never mind spiritually, emotionally, because of religion. Religion is very limited in its perspective, it's very fear based, it's very constricted, it's very monopolized. Um, it's based, it's to the greatest degree, depending where you are on your own journey as a person, it's pathetic. Let me just put it that way. It's very pathetic. There are a lot of churches out there that manipulates people. Some of them, they join secret societies. There are pastors who are part of the Illuminati, the Skull and Bones, and so forth. Even in South Africa, as I'm telling you, you know, um, and unfortunately, such individuals or people or pastors, let me just say the pastors who have joined these secret societies, it is their mandate to give you limited information. It is their mission, so to speak, because they serve the dark agenda, right? So, people who are religious, in my own personal opinion, they are very limited in their thinking. You know, generally, in most cases, these are type of people that don't want to be challenged mentally and intellectually, and you can't even go further with such individuals. You know, they fail to understand that the Bible itself needs to be updated and upgraded. Information changes as time changes. Some information is eternal, yes, don't get me wrong, but most of the information that was in the book, that was in the Bible, it was contextual in relation to what was happening at that time. Okay, that's one of the things that most people need to be aware of. So to hold tight and be attached to every little thing that was said in the Bible, it's not going to help you evolve ever. You're lying to yourself. You're not being realistic. You're not being practical. Okay, so religion is one of those institutions that has been used to cripple people towards their evolution, so to speak. You know, Also, self-development industry, it's lacking. There's a video that I made about that. But although I didn't go in depth about it, self-development in the industry is very limited. Some of them, they're not telling you what's really happening, what's really going on behind the scenes. You know, and which is one of the reasons why most people, the masses, are unable to reach their fullest potential. Because certain information is only reserved for the certain few. Okay, so self-development industry, you need to be able to discern what is right, what is not, and also learn to judge people's character, because you can't separate the person's personality from the content they're teaching. The content of the character affects the content of the speaker. Let me put it this way: the content of the character affects the content of that speaker's thinking and what they're conveying to the world, if I may put it that way. So if character, a certain speaker is off, chances are he's a puppet. He's also indoctrinated. He doesn't fully understand the process of evolution. Okay, keeping in mind that everything in life is a process. People, animals, trees, even Earth itself, even the universe itself, it's a still process. It's an evolving forever continuing process. Okay, so self-development industry it's lagging, it's limited, it's infiltrated by a lot of people who don't want people to really know what's really actually going on behind the scenes. So you need to be careful of that. Okay, and the other thing as well is spirituality. There are people who have infiltrated spirituality in a negative way. In a negative way. So these are some of the things that you need to learn as a student. You need to learn to maneuver and navigate through in your own personal evolution. Okay, hence the importance of learning to discern for yourself if that information is true or not. And also, you don't have to agree with me because I'm saying these things. It's up to you. But all I can tell you is that humanity is gradually evolving. It's been a process and it's an ongoing process, but it can only evolve further if they learn to reevaluate the information they've been receiving and reevaluate the foundation of the information they've been receiving and consuming. Okay, that's where we can actually access our fullest powers as individuals and as a society as a whole and as a civilization as a whole. Okay, so yeah, this is my part 2. I just wanted to touch on that because I didn't get the chance. I didn't think of it when I made the first video, right? So yeah, religion is limited. Keep that in mind. There are a lot of churches that are misleading people out there, teaching wrong information about God. It's one of the reasons why I don't do church. It's very limited. It's like really, they've made God petty. They've portrayed a very petty, pathetic God. I mean, God is infinite. I'm God. Everyone who's watching this type of content is God, and they are growing into their full awareness of being God. And that's the thing. Being God doesn't mean you'll always have the answers. You're still a process yourself. Hence the importance of learning to be patient. Hence the importance of learning to be patient with yourself. Your pace is personal to you, so patience is key. Okay, so yeah, religion is very limited. Self-development industry itself is also limited. You need to know what type of content you need to be consuming in order to grow further, as well as spirituality. Yeah. So the truth will always lie in your heart. The truth will always lie in your heart. Do what works for you and keep on modifying it, keeping in mind that you can only grow. You can only grow. You're an unfolding process. You are an unfolding continuous process to being your truest self. So keep going. Okay. With that said, my name is still Lord of the Leviathan, a supreme sovereign being, enormous. I can't repeat the same thing. Come on, guys. Do like if you like this type of content. Do subscribe if you're enjoying this type of content. And thanks for taking the time to watch this. So for now, this is my goodbye. Yellow.